My name is Dario Busch. I have been falsely accused of manufacturing and possessing crystal methamphetamine as retaliation for me suing judges, prosecutors, and police right here in Lincoln County, Missouri. And here comes my story. Let me see. So I'm standing here, Amber's right here, we're smoking cigarettes. A white Ford comes. Amber asks, "Who is that?" I go, "I don't know, but it's a Ford." And here, right behind, comes an SUV with SWAT team and machine guns hanging from the sides, and they storm the house. And their weapons were pulled. I threw myself down on the ground. I got handcuffed. I got hurt. I felt guns to my head. I saw Amber right there, standing like this, scared to death, as she had guns pointing toward her. And then they violently dragged me out by the hands that were handcuffed and my ponytail to a police car out there. They removed me from the property. They removed everybody from the property before any search was done. They did not show me any warrants while I was on the premises. They did not knock at the door telling me that it was a warrant like they have to do. They just stormed in like now the garage door was open, but still, according to law, they have to follow the law. Raymond Floyd swears on the penalty of perjury that he saw me throw a coffee filter on the ground, and that's a lie. It was my cigarette. I was here smoking a cigarette, and I threw the butt down, and the butt is actually still right here. Still right there in my butt. Okay? August 28th, I came out of jail. Here is the metal container that Raymond Floyd swears on the penalty of perjury the smell came from, and he actually picked it up and smelled it. It's here, has not been seized, nothing was in it. Here's another metal container that may be the one that Raymond Floyd referred to on the penalty of perjury that he smelled the strong ether smell from, which is right where I was in the garage. And right here is the other one that we just filmed a little bit ago that is also here, has not been. According to Major Raymond Floyd, this is the porch where I allegedly cooked meth from. This is the burner in the back of my house. Those are the woods. Again, everything is still here, has not been seized. They were not expecting me to get out. And that's why they left everything. And that is if it was even planted. I don't think they even found anything here. They're just saying things because of what I've done, filing complaints, suing judges, prosecutors, and police, including Raymond Floyd. Okay, here's Amber's dad's burner, which we used here because we have no stove. We sold the stove some time ago, so we cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner here when we don't cook in the microwave. So here it is. It has not been seized. It should have been seized if this is where we're cooking meth from. Here I'm in the kitchen just to prove that we have no stove. Therefore, we have the burners, the camping burners out in the back, and that's why we need a lot of coal and fuel to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which anything we don't cook in the microwave, we cook in the... So, because this is the porch that Raymond Floyd swore in the penalty of perjury that I cooked crystal meth in, maybe this is another container that he referred to, but he did not seize it. It's still here. It's clean. Okay, here's a bunch of burned cans and trash. We have no trash service. We burn our trash back here. So all the cans that we eat, all the bottles, all the beer cans are here. We burn them. We're going to recycle them. That's what we do. So this is our little bonfire. Yeah, even my children, when they come here, we have a little bonfire here. It's a bonfire place. Here's the field right there. And look where I live. Why would I do something like that in my house when I live behind? I have endless woods here I can disappear in. Why? As I said, I could disappear in these woods and hide. Why would I do this in this house, in my super home that I have shows on, that I show people my building material? Yes, here it is, the burned cans. They said nothing was seized. Everything is... This is where allegedly meth seed was found. This is the cooler where the police with the machine gun and Raymond Floyd were looking at while I was sitting in the car right over there handcuffed. Obviously, there's nothing here. They left this cooler here, and the only other cooler is here, too. Okay, here's another cooler that was here in the house that obviously there's nothing in it. Obviously has not been seized by the police. Raymond Floyd lied. There was no such a thing. What day is it? The 28th. I just got out of jail today and trying to put together stuff to sell. Okay, here on the porch in the back deck where allegedly, according to Raymond Floyd, I was cooking meth, there's a plastic tubing here. That if it was actually so, this tube here, this plastic tubing would have been seized by the police, which means it's clean. According to Raymond Floyd, this is the deck I was cooking meth from, and look at here, plastic tubing that they left. Now, if this was a meth lab, this plastic tubing right here would have been seized. Look at it. Look at it. See, oh my gosh, how perfect is that? Well, how incriminating. So as I said, how incriminating this tube. Why would the police leave such a plastic tubing in an alleged meth lab? Unless it was clean and everything they said was a setup. If you can see this is a little blowtorch Coleman fuel kind of like a nozzle here, and this would be part of the lab. And why would they have left it here unless it's 100% clean and it's not part of a meth lab? Okay, this is the bag with powdered material they found in the garage, and the grinder. Look, half of the grinder is still here. Why would it leave this kind of evidence here afterwards unless there is no crystal meth? Yeah, I agree. I do smoke marijuana, and that's good for cancer. But, okay, here's the bag with powder. Here's half of the grinder, of the only grinder that I have ever had. Now, I do smoke marijuana because it's good for cancer, and I treat with it. But why would the police leave this grinder? Why would the police... As I said, why would the police leave half the one only grinder that I own and all this crystal meth, unless it's not crystal meth, and they didn't even care because all they were doing was writing. So the only reason this grinder, this bag of powder, and everything else I've seen, the only reason they would leave it here is because they weren't looking for evidence. They were creating a list without finding anything, just a list to make Dario Busch look. So they were nothing more than creating a list to make Dario Busch look bad. Why look bad? Because they hate my guts, because I know how to sue judges, prosecutors, and cops. Eliminating a device that could be used in a meth lab, and I believe it was mentioned in the probable cause statement on the findings. And why would it leave all these things here? Okay, and then again, it's all bullshit. Here again is another burner for Coleman fuel, okay, like a little heat burner. And why would this not be seized unless there is nothing here, okay? All the evidence, all this, okay. So in other words, why would most of the things that you saw on the on the list of evidence they found, why would it still be here? Why would it still be here unless they just created a list? All bullshit. Set up. Ammonia type cleaner, I don't know what the hell it is, but look, nice and blue in a container, smells like shit, but again, it's a cleaner. Why would the police leave something like this here, huh? If this is the kind of stuff that's in a meth lab? Because again, it was a setup, a lie. See this blue little thing? Smells like crap, smells like anyway, but why would this be here? Why would this be here if there was anything? Because again, I just got out of jail today. Whatever this is, I found this right here in the car. It's like a little top of something with some kind of goof thing for engine or whatever invention. And, well, why would this be here? Was this something or was this not something?
2:24. Det är 2:24. Jag älskar dig, Oskar. 2:24.